Maybe? Did I do it right? Am I recording? All right. I think we're good. I think I did it. Um, let's. I am curious if. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so I am streaming. Okay, so I am streaming. All right. All right. So I am streaming. All right, you can have the back. Okay. All right. Let's do one of these things. Let's. We're gonna play with some volumes real quick. All right. So I like the music in the background. My microphone's okay. Let's bring it down just a little bit. There. How we all doing today? All right. I think I'm okay with this particular setting. All right. All right. We got this. We got this. Look at this. It only took like 2 months to figure this thing out. Look, and then like I can keep the earbud in, and you guys don't even see it. Oh shoot, it's on this side. Wrong side. Hold on. So wait, hold on. Where you at? Okay. See, look. 22. All right. Oh, who's all here? Who's hanging out today? That doesn't sound bad. I went back and reviewed some of the other live streams, and I'm yelling, man. Like I'm so loud. Like I should take a picture of some of the stuff. So I got fuck. Where's all my phones, man? Where's my phone? Ugh. All right, we are doing it. Oh, look at that product placement right there. But they're not paying me, so I'll just turn it this way until we see some of the money. This thing's fun about just listening to myself. Like there is a value to the headphones. Like I get it. Well, I just don't like it. All right. I did play with it a little bit. So we got the intro and then transitions I have to look at. Let's do some emails real quick. All right. Do one of these. Oh, because I want to know what this sounds like. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Like back in the day, you like that's all you heard. All right. All right, 3 more minutes. I've been a very busy person this morning. I did go to mom's today. I'll bring that up in the beginning. All right, we're gonna move it just a little bit because my volume wasn't all the way up. All right. All right. I think we're good here. I need round numbers. Nope, we're gonna go 8. Okay. All right, so maybe I can just like right click, lock in the volume on that guy. So now I never have to touch my mic again. I don't know. Like the glare isn't like it's real bad here. Is the shadow of the hat, is that not as distracting as the glare? Or does it just make me like dark and mysterious? Uh, all right, I'm just feeling with stuff. We got a couple more people than normal. How you guys all doing? Hey, hit the chats. How we doing? I wasn't even typing. Like, can I go this? Can I get away with like this? Because now I can open up my hands a little bit so I can type instead of it being like right in front of me. Like, there's so many things that I go against what the normals do. What the normals do because it makes sense. I don't make sense over here, not here at Whimsy. The Wild West, man. Like, I still hear myself. So I'm like half. We're gonna try a whole episode with them in my ears. We're gonna do this. Some quality control because I haven't done any of that since we started. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There's a huge flaw in my system here. Oh my God. I can't do it. Oh man. Oh, I love it. Oh, okay. So the problem was that I can't I was listening to this volume trying to play with it, but there's a 5 second delay, so I completely missed the start of the show. Like, that's so funny. Oh, all right. All right, here we go. We got this. All right, we're back on track. Let that play for a second. Let me put my pause back on. All right. And then I paused, so now I don't even know where I'm at. All right. How are y'all doing today? Good morning. Happy Monday. Um, I half worried about the length of the show and wanted to keep the arbitrary hour long. I realized I don't care today. I got an interview at 1. So there is no what's in my pocket. There's no rabbit hole. There's nothing. But I did expand a little bit on the pocket watch. So um, I'm doing okay for the most part. If you guys listened on Saturday, my life is falling apart. Then the saga continued. Uh, but we're good. We're good now. I got up, went to mom's for breakfast. I got the new episode dropped. I just finished updating it to YouTube. So like everything's back to status quo, which was the semi theme of the Monday episode, I think, kind of. Not the theme. It was mentioned, I guess. Anyway. All right, let's go and get started. Like, is this too loud? Just enough. Getting to know me. Anybody who's new, we got a couple people here hanging out. Uh, this is me just chatting about what I've been up to, getting to me a little bit more. We've done a bunch of these. We should look into. So we've done 26 mind pockets, right? What did the live look like before mind pockets, other than like a complete train wreck? Did I still have this semi structure? Somebody should look into that for me because I would be interested. How long have we had to get to know me bit section? So, uh, what have I been up to this week? Let's find out. I recorded a bunch of Whimsy with Disease. Like 5 of them are recorded. I still have to get Liam this week. Fantastic. Like last Monday was amazing, right? So we did the live stream, recorded with Dean, Danielle, Pinky. Like these kids stepped up this month. Like it is amazing the conversations I had with them. 2 of them are currently out on YouTube and Spotify, Apple. Alice and Mark. Um, Alice is going to get a huge shout out this episode when we get into the Pocket Watch. Like they were really cool. Like they're really fun kids. Um, and then to be able to talk to them a little bit more about multiple topics. We got into some really interesting areas, which I thought was fantastic. Um, it was just a lot of fun talking to him. And I think moving forward, I think we're going to see more, some openness with them. You haven't heard it yet. Pinky's episode comes out on the 20th. So there's a chance that the 23rd episode of Chasing the Whimsy proper is going to be an interview with Pinky. She showed some interest in part of like the Whimsy with the Z. Like she grasps the concept and the ideas behind the show, but she would like to go into like some other conversations that maybe aren't ready for Whimsy with the Z. Um, but we'll test it out. And we'll try it. It's one of those things where she wants to go to a place where the rest of the kids aren't ready to go. Hi, Grandma. Um, so I think part of it's gonna be interesting. And so it's basically like Pinky Whimsy with the Z unplugged, and we'll let her show us what the show could eventually be. I guess. So that will be interesting. Um, all the kids are super cool this month. Have any of you guys listened to them yet? Alice, Mark, and or what do you guys think about the first 2 months of the Whimsies? Grandma's here. Let's give a huge shout out to last week for her episodes. Um, they were great. They were so much fun. We got a couple more episodes that we're going to get done with her. So, such a fun lady, and glad that she's been able to record with us. But yeah, Whimsy with the Z, big episodes this week or this month. Um, I don't know where. Hey, Rita's here too. Um, if okay, here's the ask: if you've listened to Whimsy with the Z but never commented this month, like as I even asked all the kids to make sure that they go in. Hi, mom. That they go in and listen to everybody this month, right? So the semi ask because they really kind of put themselves out there this month and like uh yeah, they talked about some things that they weren't ready to talk about in the first 2 months. So if you've listened, or as you listen this month, month three, September, um, episodes 13 to 18, leave some comments where you can. Let the kids know what you thought of their episodes, or just as a whole. Uh, Super fun time with them. Liam hasn't caught up yet, but he said he would, and then we will get his episode out. So by the 20th, we'll have some. We'll have all the episodes out. There is that still that weird week on the fourth week of each month where there's nothing there. I'm thinking of putting in like interviews with some of the parents or something in that extra month. Um, or I did actually think Pinky is enjoying talking to Danielle. So what if Pinky ran an episode talking to me about the month? So after all of them are recorded, she sits with me for a half hour and then she kind of uh, run the episode. And we'll get like 20 or 30 minutes out of that. So that way there's something on that fourth week. And it'll just be a Ben recap and her recap of the month. Um, I threw it at her and there was no, but she also got a job coming up this week through October. So just an idea. It's a thought. What else have I been up to? Um, yeah, this guy. This guy was me. I had car problems on Friday. And I just I look at the hood. I'm like, yep, it's there. I'm like, there's stuff inside the hood, but I don't know how to fix any of it. I just stare like we talked about it on Saturday on Mind Pockets. Like it was just a cluster of a day. Let's just recap for those who haven't caught up on Mind Pockets or caught up on the episode 30, 73, 73. Oh my God, we're up to 73 episodes already. Um, I'm driving like 75, 80 on the freeway. And then like, boom, power goes out. Lights start flickering. Like one would assume the power, like the battery died, right? So here's some fun facts that I've learned because I'm not a very carsy person, right? So here's some fun facts that we've learned through this whole experience of this weekend is if your battery dies, it's supposed to prevent your car from turning on. The idea is that when you're driving, you're not pulling a bunch of power off of the battery, right? And you got the alternator doing all, doing all of its working together. So the idea that your battery dies in the middle of driving, not super common. The problem I run into is again, I'm not carsy at all. So when the power hit like blows out on my car, power steering, brakes, like everything is gone. So it's like the scariest thing in the world to be like driving and then all of a sudden everything starts flickering and then you can't turn, right? So now you have to fight against like nothing. Like it sucked. It was a miss. So I finally got it off to this like final like I was barely able to find an exit, get off, and then like put my way through into a parking space where I park across like four lanes or four parking spots. Called tow truck guy. So first, here's what really kind of irritates me, right? I like my insurance with really State Farm. Like I like them and I like everything I've dealt with them. But when you call roadside, whoever they are like they suck. Like my agent in his office is fantastic. The rest of these people, man, they suck. So I call and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with it. Like it might just need a jump, right? Because it's a battery thing, I felt. But then I'm like, okay, I don't know of a car just dropping dead in the middle of the street. So I was like, well, what if I call a jump and that's not enough? Do I have to call back and get a tow? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, that just seems dumb to me. Like, why am I going to wait an hour and then wait another hour after? Like, so like, just send me the tow. Um, and then they're like, it's going to cost like $60, $70 to get home because it's outside of my allotted mileage. I spent 4 hours in the parking lot just sweating. I should have weighed myself to see how much I lost, see if I lost any weight. So yeah, that was my Friday. I took it back to the car place that I take it to. They said everything looked fine. The battery tested good. They did a cleaning on it, right? Relubed it and reconnected everything again. Like I don't know why this wasn't found a week ago during an oil change. I don't know. Um, go back and listen to after this. Go back and listen to episode 73, right? It's CarCast. Um, we're gonna kind of get into the like the theory of why everything is like going to shit, right? Because I broke the status quo of life, which was you keep everything to a routine, Ben, and then just don't deviate outside of that. Because if I do, life is just like, let me just throw some more shit at you. So that's what happened. So yeah, that was my Friday. Saturday, it looked like it was better. I got to work okay. Um, let's just continue the saga. This is me yesterday, and this was, I think, where the episode uh, spans from a little bit. Is as I start driving the kids home, okay, I get a battery light like a dead battery light on my dash. So now I'm panicking because everybody's been saying that everything is fine. But then I got two kids with me and I have to go 50, 45 minutes this way. And now I worry that what if it happens again and I break down in the middle of the road with like the two kids and now it's hot out. It's like during the day. So I'm all like, I'm stressed out. I had to have David come pick up Liam like a little bit more halfway. So I have to inconvenience everybody. Um, I'm just trying not to get like I'm more paranoid right now about breaking down and not anxious about driving. So the beauty of it right now is um, I'm not scared to drive on the freeway or at all right now. I'm just paranoid with every little sound or light that comes on. Yeah, that was my like it's like it dipped into my Sunday, man. How sucky is that? Here's some uh behind the podcast stuff real quick. If I'll bring this up again, and I might actually release part of the recording, but listening to me talk while driving home, like halfway through, you can hear like me lose track of what I was saying. Like I just get just like not distracted. I'm just like I'm just losing thoughts like in mid thought. What you guys heard was 15 minutes from home, 12 minutes from home, I think. I made sure to like cut it that says I'm 15 minutes from home. And then the stupidest thing about it, right, was like the 2 minutes before I ended the episode, I for whatever reason was like, hey, do you know what? When most people get in most car accidents is like right before they get home because like they realize that the journey's almost done and they just get more relaxed. So I didn't get more relaxed, but there's like a 15 minutes of recording that is like I didn't put it on this episode because it was weird. Like it creeped me out a little bit. Um, but yeah, like the loss of focus across like just a couple of minutes, like from when I started recording to when I ended it, right, at 40 some ish minutes, is like like it was weird. Like some of it's just like, oh Ben, he's just all over the place. He's thinking a lot, and I do think a lot, and then sometimes I get distracted with one thought and that. But man, I'm gonna re-listen to it again. But it's like one of those like, uh, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm home. I'm safe. I made it right. But it's one of those recordings that when you play it with almost no context, or even with context, I think it would even like it might be something pretty. I don't. I'm gonna listen to it again. I'm gonna see what it sounds like. But there's gonna be something. The reason why I cut it, I don't know. It's weird because I was editing everything and I ended up taking a nap and then finished uploading everything later. But I don't know if haunting is the right word, but there is something weird about a person whose conversation is just like upset and trying to explain like status quo in life just pooping all over him to the point where like all of my mental faculties are just like missing and gone. It was weird. So I don't want to worry anybody by putting that out. So I'm just gonna, just gonna live stream and tell people. Um, yeah, it's interesting. Sundays, I don't know if I like Sundays much anymore. Oh, it was. I keep saying I don't. I don't know where this I don't know thing came from. A lot of I don't knows. I don't like it. But hey, I'm gonna go get a new battery because it's under warranty tomorrow. I'm gonna be all back to normal. Liam's trying to get me to buy a new car, but I gotta wait until probably April to get a new car. So, um, I'm doing everything I can to make sure everything's running properly. So it's probably something very silly. And I think just getting a new battery would just put everybody's mind at ease. Then, uh, so here's all right. So on screen, the book on the left is the hardcover, second edition, and then the book on the right is the soft cover, first edition. So I have all you Patreon subscribers, members, any of those of you in the $10 tiers, um, I have your merch. Here's just you guys can see it, and I'll be um, shipping them out sometime this. Yeah, yeah, I'll get them mailed out probably within the next week or so. And I just thought it was really cool. This is the first month of the Patreon gift, so um, if you had subscribed last month and this month, this is what you get for September. And then next month, when you're subscribed, November, like sometime mid-November ish, towards the end of November, I'll send you this gift, another gift. And we got some really cool stuff coming out. But yeah, I just thought it was fun. Um, the hardcover is only 5 of them in existence right now. Okay, five of the complete, and then one author copy, which I'll get back. Um, these and the hardcover were for those who jumped in and subscribed in July before August. So they got a little extra since there was no corresponding gift month, right? So um, they look really, really good. Mom got to see her copy today. Um, the soft cover looks really good because I think she has one of the soft covers too. But there is something charming and really nice about the hardcover. She said something like coffee table book. Um, so yeah, look at this. We got the Patreon up. Uh, I think I got an ad coming up. But if you guys are interested in picking up any of these books, you could technically buy them on Amazon. But then I get $1.50. Because I try to keep the price point to something reasonable online. Like I'm only going to make $1 on the books if you order through Amazon. But if you do the subscription, you could get like these books or some of the other merch that I might not be selling at all. So if you want any of the exclusive or limited edition type um, tokens or ornaments or whatever's I'm making, sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/chasing the whimsy. There's a link on YouTube somewhere, and I'll put a link on Spotify. But these books look great. The only difference between the first and the second editions is there's 3 more thank you letters in the back. Um, so those are all exclusive to those. I might try to come back once we get more people subscribed. I will find a way to maybe loop back in and give you guys an opportunity to get the hardcover. There's a pricing issue with it though, so we're not even there yet. We got the 7 books that need to go out. And I appreciate everybody and their support for the Patreon because we got to make some really cool stuff, man. Like, how cool is that? All right, let's see what else is going on. Think commercial.
Hey there, Whimsy fans. We wanted to take a moment away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel at Chasing the Whimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
That might be a little bit loud. All right. Hi, Esther. All right. So she hears somewhere she's working, and all of a sudden she gets this tingle. She's like, "What? There's Patreon merch available." She's like, now she jumps on. The only time at any time Ender Frog comes on, and she's like, "I want to know the status of my Patreon stuff." Um, but welcome, hello. All right, so we got 30-ish minutes. I'm gonna try to get off a little bit early so I can prep and get ready for my interview at 1. Some Pocket Watch. I got some extended Pocket Watch material today that we're gonna bleed this right into what's in my pocket. I had mentioned the Emmys are coming up next week, right? So reminder, next Saturday is Emmy predictions, and Monday will be my pockets. All right. So to prepare for uh, my predictions, I need to like. So here, okay, story for those of you who haven't or forgot or haven't or semi new or in the year and months that we've done this, I could probably safely say that the 2 award show episodes are the worst. Like the worst. Liam and I did an Emmy review on Chasing the Whimsy proper, and then I did an Oscar review. Or like, dude, on Mind Pockets 1, the worst episodes I've ever seen in my life. Like I can't even like don't even the only good thing that came out of those episodes was a hot take parquet laugh. Like like a really good parquet laugh on episode 1 of Mind Pockets. Like so this month, right? Or so this year, right? So because of the writer's strike last year, the 2023 Emmys didn't air until January of 2024. Okay, right? So September, we're now talking about the 2024 Emmys, right? For this year. So that was partly confusing for a minute. So what I've been very clear on, part of the reason for Pocket Watch, right, is I have documented and tracked every single thing almost on television this year that came out. I got some early predictions, and I started pulling TVs and movies, and I was just watching anything and everything so I can speak intelligently about my who I think is going to win. Right? Um, there's some pretty good stuff out there. Shogun is the last one. This one came out January, February, and this thing was already like this one was already predicted to win everything. There's some subtitle dubbing issues that I ran into that I just didn't have the patience to do yet. Oh, February 27th is right there on the screen. uh, oh my god, I just love it. It's like, oh, anyway, I'm 7 episodes in. It's a good show. I don't. I, I have mixed feelings about some of the performance aspects of the award show. Um, I got some stuff at the end of the further on. Beautifully shot. the cinematography, the casting, like all of the arts of Shogun is fantastic. I don't know if it's like best drama quality. It's getting there. The first episode was a little bit like it's slow, but it's picking up. It's getting better. So I'll let you guys know next week with my review. So I'm watching that. I also watched Heartstopper, Alice episode 13 of Whimsy with the Z. Right? She mentions watching Heartstoppers, and she's just fucking in love with this show. Right? So I told her, I'm like, oh, I'll catch up because there's a new season 3 coming out in October. And I'm like, I'll watch it. There are only like 8 episodes for each season, like 45 minutes each. Okay, so you got the boy on the right who is gay and he came out off screen the year before this series starts. And then the boy on the right is your rugby jock, right? And we find out that he might be bi. So season 1 is adorable. This show is fantastic. Everything Alice said about Heartstopper season 1 is fucking spot on, dude. This is a charming show. There is so much fun. There's it's like it's fun, but there's like the real reels of of dealing with the bullying of being gay, and then the struggles of trying to determine whether or not you are gay, and then having to come out. So it is charming. It is a I don't I I just liked it a lot. Season 2 was okay. It wasn't as good as season 1. Season 1 was just all heart. Um, because of the shorter seasons, right? The episode count. I think season 3 will be really good. I just think season 2 was a lot of just building the universe a little bit and then really setting up for some amazing things coming up in season 3. This show was fantastic. Um, definitely very. This is a very teen show. Um, it's not quite Dawson's Creek. It's it's Degrassi, slightly less. Like it is. It's charming though. If you guys got 7 hours, like knock out up season 1 of Heartstoppers. It's adorable. There is definitely a charmingness to the show, and then the way they address some of these more sensitive topics. It's great. I absolutely love it. So Alice, thanks. Shout out. Um, I texted her mom like Wednesday. I'm like, hey, Alice is like, I can't believe he's doing it. I said, I like television. This is what I do. This show is fantastic. Um, I recommend it to anybody with preteen or teenagers, right? Um, it's good. It takes place in England, right? So um, the way, I mean, school's school. There's rugby in it. I lost my shoe. Hold on, I lost my shoe. You guys ever like sit and then realize like you don't want your slipper on, and so you kind of kick it off, but you like to know where it's at? I just straight lost my slipper. It's like weirding me out because like I don't want it on, but I like to like comfort touch it, and now it's gone. I have no idea where it's at. This thing's derailing my entire show. All right, moving on. Heartstoppers, watch it. You'll like it. I was trying to find something else to watch. Like I like to listen to stuff while I'm working. I went back and watched some episodes of House. If you guys never watched House, holy hell, that shit holds up today. Such a good show. I know mom likes the the medical shows, ER. I don't think she got into Grey's Anatomy yet, ish, maybe. Good Doctor. The same people who did, I think the guy who wrote Good Doctor also wrote House. So there are like three ish, four writers that helped create House that did Good Doctor. So if you like Good Doctor, you like House. And then I also started watching Daredevil again. That was the Netflix show because I read an article. So Daredevil is a Disney property, but there was a time back in like 2016 ish, where Netflix got some property from Disney that says, go ahead and make a gritty series for superheroes. Daredevil was the first one, and this thing is gritty as hell. Like the fight scenes are like crazy, crazy. There's blood everywhere. There's like it's a definitely like a rated R type series, like an MC or TV MA. Um, like there's some violence in this stuff. So when Disney took their stuff off of Netflix, people were worried, like, well, what happens to Daredevil? And then they announced that Daredevil will be part of the bigger universe. It showed up in She Hulk. But the article I read said Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, said they are getting into just as much of the action as the Netflix show. So I wanted to go back and just refresh. Season one is really good. Season two is solid. Go back and watch some Daredevil. All right. So here we got a little bit of some controversy. So this guy, who is he from, or what show is this? Is that ER? No, it's Pitts. So what's funny about this? I was reading it because my mom watched ER, so I kind of took an interest. This guy, I don't know where my finger is. Right, this guy over here, over there, there. He wants to make a new hospital procedure or procedural, like a show, a hospital show, um, about the inner workings of like how busy it is, like how busy it is in the ER. So this show was announced like 6 months ago, and now they're suing him because they got everybody, basically everybody who was part of the creative process for ER is back making pits for Pittsburgh, and they're getting sued because they're saying that this new show Pits is too identical to ER, which I just thought was interesting and funny. But like, I don't know how do you take like ER can't lock down hospital TV, right? I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens with that. But if you guys liked ER and this guy, you might like this new show Pits if they don't get sued to stop it. Sandman season two is still currently in production and still due to release. Uh, there was some worry about this one because Dead Boy Detectives got canceled in season two. Um, writer author Neil Gaiman is in. There's some allegations made, so most TV studios, when there's any kind of controversy or even in the allegation phase, they just start pulling stuff. What's interesting is Sandman has not been canceled yet. So I know a lot of his. They were going to do a Graveyard Story book cartoon that got pushed off because of these allegations. Um, it's interesting on what they do with Sandman season two. Season one was really good. It was fantastic. Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite authors. So I read up a little bit on the situation. and there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be asked and figured out, and trials and everything else. So let's keep an eye on that. But this isn't the type of show where I'm going to get too much more into that because, uh, yeah, that's just not what we do. Uh, but Pitts is getting sued. Neil Gaiman is getting in trouble, and we might not get either one of these two shows. So I just thought it was like there's just a lot of stuff happening right now and stuff. Who else we got? Oh, you can't read any of that. Man, how fun is that? Good luck. Okay, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. That is the funniest thing I've seen. All right, all right. That's a little bit easier for you guys to read. So what's interesting is the Emmys that are coming out next week are the primetime Emmys. And here's what was confusing all the time. They have two Emmy shows basically. I don't even know if they air this one, but there's two different Emmy programs. There's three technically because you got the daytime Emmys, the primetime Emmys, which is the one I like to watch, and then there's the Emmys for the creative arts. They the creative arts Emmys. These are really the ones that are touching on costumes, hair, makeup, casting. I think I said casting twice. Um, they also did supporting actors and actresses. No, nope, guest support actors and actresses. So what is interesting is of all of the different awards that they have, right? Shogun walks away with 14 Emmys for in the creative arts. This is going to go into. I think a lot of it was. Uh, it takes what is it? It's feudal Japan in 1600s, so I'm assuming it got some. Um, the way that it's shot is really good. So you got your cinematographies, you got some casting in there, hair, makeup, period pieces, props. So they're cleaning house on the technical side of of the Emmys. The Bear, 7 awards last night. They had Jamie Lee Curtis and John Betherall um, for best what was it guests. Um, Now, Mom watched season 2 um, of The Bear. Jamie Lee Curtis, fucking like that whole Halloween, Christmas, not Halloween, like I think it was Christmas, right? The whole Christmas episode was so long, and it went on for days. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, deserved it. She won an Oscar the previous year for everything, anything, everything, everywhere, all at once. But it's interesting to see Ripley. I think got some stuff on the um, on the video side of things. It was a beautifully shot show, but it's interesting. There's a lot of good TV shows out there, um, but it is like nothing on this list. So some of your other odd nominations this year for the primetime Emmys, Fargo is nowhere on this list so far. So Fargo got nothing uh, on the arts side of things. Um, Fargo, the True Detective, Abbott Elementary, like all the like, it's so weird, like how much The Bear is being considered a comedy, and Shogun's being declared as a drama. These two shows like dominated the Creative Arts Emmys. Uh, it's fantastic. So that's all I got for you. But that's a couple of updates. Like the Bear, I think they're gonna sweep most of their stuff in their comedy category. Shogun, I think, will continue to ride its wave of success all the way through the primetime Emmys. But next week, uh, I'll update where what some of my predictions are for the following Sunday's Emmys. But I'm pretty sure that's all I got for you guys. Let me see. Almost. Sorry. Give a shout out to you guys. And one more commercial.
Go check out Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. Chasing the Whimsy, where a 40-year-old father and his two kids take a whimsical journey of fun stories and educating each other about their respective generation. Generation X squares off with Generation Z to try to connect and find an understanding between generations 30-plus years apart. They'll journey through the past and track their journey as they find out who they'll grow up to be. Again, that's Chasing the Whimsy, available today on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube as well, and you can also find the show and learn more about the hosts at chasingthewhimsy.com. Chasing the Whimsy, ChasingTheWhimsy, Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast. Many episodes up for you to listen to already. Go stream, download, and subscribe today. You can also connect and follow on Twitter at Chase the Whimsy and on Instagram and TikTok at Chasing the Whimsy.
This is just a shout out to all you Patreon members. Andy, Nikki, Megan and her family, Joyce Ann, Ender Frog, EC1, Gooster, Nina M. Thanks for you guys' support. Anybody listening, if you haven't signed up, you saw some of the cool merch coming out last week and this week. We got the books, we got ornaments, we got coins. I am doing some really interesting things with the logos. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but there are two special guests from last year, from year one, that I had tokens made of in this same cartoonish style. They're done. I don't know what I'm going to make with those logos yet, but absolutely, like, if you want some of this, again, semi-exclusive limited edition, because I'm not selling it all. Like, if you email me, I might be able to sell you whatever I have extras of, but I'm not ordering. Like year one, the problem I ran into is I was ordering fucking just grips of stuff. I'm like, oh, I had like this whole idea of like, not grips, like there's like, technically there's probably 25 different versions, of all the different tokens, there's like 25 of each one. Yeah, if you guys are interested, like you can shoot me an email, you can try, I'll sell you some stuff, but it's about the same as if you would have spent the $10 a month on the Patreon. Is kind of where the most of the price points are set at right now. So if you haven't signed up yet, go to the website, hit the link on YouTube, text me, email me if you need help or clarifications or anything. It comes out to like $1 a week for the name on the screen. And then just a little bit more if you want those books, the merch. We got some socks maybe coming. We got ornaments coming out next cycle. So there's a lot of really fun stuff that you can only get via the Patreon right now. I think that's it. That's all we got. Perfect. I am right where I wanted to be. Don't worry about that. At the end of all of the, because I keep all the transitions on the same slide, so when I copy them, I have access to them all. Yeah. Let's see. No idea what Monday's episode of Chasing the Whimsy looks like. Wednesday. Oh, this Wednesday, the interview I'm doing today in like 12 minutes will be on Wednesday. Dean and Danielle will be Whimsy Z this Friday. Their episodes are fantastic. Danielle, she was in the hospital for a minute. She's out. She had a great time. She's feeling better. Um, so show your support to the kids because they fucking killed it this month, man. Um, that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, have a good week, and then I will see you on Saturday for my Emmy predictions. You guys have a good night and whimsy.